All right, joining me now to continue the conversation is retired Naval Intelligence Officer Captain Todd Sawhill. Captain, thanks for being with us here today. So you just heard the conversation with the congressman, and you've seen the events that have unfolded literally in the last couple of minutes with the Truth Social post by President Trump. How do you read these events that Iran telegraphed, in fact, warned the United States that it would be performing this performative attack, and that President Trump has suggested this could be the end, that this is not something he seeks retaliation based upon, but it could be a path towards peace? Was this essentially President Trump winning this round with Iran?
Well, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's somebody winning a round, so to speak. Looking at this through the lens of what we've seen from escalation ladder maneuvers and working up the levels of deterrence in this region for the last 10 to 15 years. What we've seen historically is there's a tit for tat that has always happened. When we've targeted something that needed to happen in response to an action, they've responded in kind. In this case, it looks as if exactly like the reporting is saying, they telegraphed the strike, and the means to do so was so that it could be a symbolic gesture, most of the people as well as the people who are the hardliners in the regime, to show that they did something. And we've seen this before. In this case, they did go after a target which, of all the U.S. bases in the region, you could argue this is the one that's the least, the farthest proximity to any sort of large populated area between Al Dhafra, between Bahrain, that's sitting in the middle of Manama. This one was the safer choice. So they enabled us to counter as needed. They enabled themselves to do something that made it look like they were operating in that space and doing or conducting an action, which is great. I think the opportunity we have right now is to give us sort of a hard reset. There are some wild cards at play. How does their regime feel post strikes? How does the Israeli leadership feel with Khamenei still being in charge post strikes and the regime having some teeth left? So there's still some issues at play, and there's definitely, we're not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination with something like this.
Okay, well, let's set the Israelis aside for the moment and analyze this through the prism of whether or not America accomplished its goals over the past weekend. And let's also, for a moment, Captain, if you wouldn't mind, presume that Iran did, as President Trump wrote, telegraph this, and President Trump does not seek a retaliation. It would seem, therefore, as we've wondered for the past 48 hours, that Iran does not want to escalate on the ladder of war. That's what it would seem for the moment. Now, we never know how the events will unfold, but for the moment, that's certainly what it seems. Then that raises the question, okay, if we've arrived at a status, a stationary place in this back and forth, as you mentioned, a tit for tat, did America accomplish its goals over the weekend? Are we satisfied with this status where we sit here today? Did we sufficiently deteriorate their nuclear ambitions?
If the main objective was to set back their nuclear capability for an extended period of time, then I think we have achieved those objectives. And obviously, the battle damage assessment on the strikes will help define what that level of success was in the next days, weeks, and potentially months. But if we achieved that, then yes, the goal was achieved. If we needed to look farther as far as making sure that they're ready to come to the table, ready to try and set a new standard, then that depends. But that's for the current administration to determine what their end state is.
Right. Right. And I think that's all couched in the ultimate question is, what was our goal over the weekend? And that's why I asked us to set the Israelis aside for a moment, because the Israelis have been fairly open that they seek regime change in Iran. But if the United States sought something less, like simply setting back their nuclear program, we might have just watched the Iranians raise the white flag. And of course, we'll say that with humility. We don't know what the events will be over the next couple of days. But for now, it seems like they're asking for no more. And that raises the question, are we satisfied then with where we sit today with Iran? Captain Todd Sawhill, thank you for the conversation.
Thanks, Will.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.